Hello Mega Exercises, this is the Muscle Lady here to remind you to exercise your muscle.
#ExerciseYourMuscle.
So we've been talking on the subject of sharpening your pencil. What do I mean by sharpening your pencil? We've identified that we are all coloring pencils brought here on earth to make it a more beautiful place, right? But the only way you are able to make your mark in the world is when your pencil is sharp. What do I mean by that? It's your pencil or your lead, as we identified in the previous video, is that your lead is that talent, that gift, that natural brilliance that you have of cooking, of singing. We all have it. We all have a talent that we are born with, that the manufacturer has brought us here on earth with. And that is what we're supposed to use to make the world a more colorful place. But we can't, because we come to the world as a blunt pencil. We're not sharpened. Sometimes we and even people in our world miss that we've got the lead or the talent because we haven't sharpened it. It's only once we start sharpening our skills, sharpening that talent that you have, then it becomes more visible. You know, the more you practice the skill of kicking soccer, it becomes so evident when you're playing a match. People can see, wow, that person has a talent. When you speak, and the more you sharpen that skill, people can see, oh my word, wow. When you cook, they're like, there's something about your food, man. So your talent only becomes more visible when you sharpen it, and you can make your mark in the world, which you were created to do, only when your pencil is sharp. So we're still continuing on this series of sharpening your pencil, and today we'll be looking at the sharpener. So the sharpener is that instrument that sharpens, that helps the pencil to become sharper, right? I want us to talk a bit more about the sharpener today, and as you know, I'm going to correlate it to our life and our talents that we're given. We come here as a blunt pencil. You come here as a baby. You're born, with natural gifts, singing gifts, cooking gifts. You're born, everybody has a lead. We've identified that everybody comes here with a talent that they're supposed to give to the world. And as they give to the world, what they receive in exchange to giving their gift or their talent is the resources, which we would term money, influence, the works. You get the resources to get you to the next level, right? So it's important to also realize that the pencil doesn't become sharp by itself. This pencil cannot become sharp by itself. It needs a sharpener. It makes the pencil sharpen. So if we think of sharpness in our world, that helps us sharpen our skill and our talent muscle. Criticism. So before I talk about criticism, one thing to note about the sharpener, it's got like razors, right? A razor cut or something in between, which sharpens the pencil. So sharpening just is a nice word to say it cuts the pencil. The pencil might feel hurt during the process. It might feel stretched. It might feel uncomfortable during the process of being sharpened by this sharpener. Imagine if the pencil said, no, sharpener, you are hurting me. I refuse to get more sharpened. What would happen? It stays blunt. And the mark it was created to do, the world never sees. Criticism. Criticism is a form of sharpener in our world. It depends on how you look at it, right? So if you look at it as a sharpener, it's uncomfortable, it's painful. However, remove the emotions from criticism. When somebody criticizes you, let's take me, for example, Muscle Lady. What criticism have I received? lady, you talk too much. You just here to blab, 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 blab. But we're not seeing the fruits, right? So I could take that and be like, yo, people don't want to hear what I've got to say. This gift of mine of encouraging you to find out what your talent muscle is and to exercise it and sharpen that skill. That skill in me would be blunt because I would shut up because of the criticism I'd be receiving, right? But if I remove my emotion from it and I see this as a sharpener, it's there to cut me, to sharpen my skill, right? So now instead of just talking, I'm practicing what I'm preaching. So as much as I'm telling you to sharpen your pencil, I'm sharpening my pencil. I've got friends and other mega exercises who, when I'm talking, they're like, yeah, you're sharpening your pencil. We can see it. So I'm giving you what I'm doing too, right? So if I had just attached emotion to muscle lady, you talk too much, and we don't see it, I could have just been there with my talent, died, and never made the mark that I'm currently making in the few people's life who hear me and are applying what I'm saying, you know. So as much as I am preaching to you, trust me, I'm applying it so that I can also make the mark which I was brought here on earth to do. So criticism is good, guys. Remove the emotion from it. Hear it. Sometimes, yes, it comes from a place of jealousy, a place of harm. But I believe if you remove your emotions, sometimes you can always get something from that can help you sharpen, right? Remember, the sharpener has a razor. A razor cuts. It's there to cut you so that we can see that lead in you, so that we can see that talent that you were brought here with. So don't always attach emotions, because when you attach emotion, you're not going to get sharpened. You're going to remove yourself from the sharpener or the lesson from that, which is there to help you get better. Discomfort. Most of the time when you need to do something new, when you need to get sharpened, it's uncomfortable. It either means while you're working, you need to go study. It's uncomfortable. You might have a family, you might have a child that you need to raise, but because you need to sharpen your pencil, your skill, you need to study extra, after hours. It's uncomfortable. That's another form of sharpener, discomfort. Another sharpener that sharpens our skill is rejection. Woo! We were taught to fear rejection, avoid rejection, block it. As soon as you smell rejection, bona, balega. But it's a sharpener. Always look at things that make you uncomfortable, like we just spoke about, or cuts, as remove the emotion first and see, how does this help me get better? Rejection teaches you that you have to put more effort. Maybe your work ethics is not exactly where it needs to be. Maybe your pencil isn't sharp yet. Your skill isn't sharp. And if they were supposed to give you that opportunity right now, it would break you. Or you would make no mark. That pencil, while it's still blunt, while it's still sharpening and it's not sharp enough yet, if I try and make a mark on a paper, it's going to be fadey. It might not even come out. So what it was created to do, the value that it has is not visible. So sometimes rejection is a sharpener because it helps you get better. Because now once you're rejected, go back to the training field, go back to the drawing board. How else do I make my mark? Like if you're in sales, and sales is your lead, that's your talent. You love selling, it's just a passion of yours. You get rejection. I mean, salespeople will tell you all the time, you'll probably get 9 no's before you get the 10th no, but that builds character, because through that, you're taught not to give up. You're taught, think out the box. Maybe your presentation needs a bit more work. Rejection sharpens your skill. Maybe we don't see it at first because, say I'm a cook, right? And that's my talent muscle. I make what I feel is my favorite or my signature dish, right? And I cook it, I give it to a couple of colleagues and they reject it. they don't even just give criticism. They utterly reject it, like, girl, never cook again. No criticism, no feedback, like, never cook again, right? I could take that if I've got the emotions attached to it. I could be like, they tripping. They don't know what they do anyways. Who died and make them God? Oh, I could take that rejection and go get better. Maybe my skill isn't that good yet. Let me learn more about this dish. How else do I make it better? Maybe it's not even about the taste, it's about the presentation, you know? So take rejection, remove your emotion, take it as a sharpener because it is there to cut, to sharpen your skill. Another sharpener is work. Work. You need to put the work in. I've heard that don't work hard, work smart. Work. Either way, you need to work. You need to have a plan, strategy. So what am I going to do? That cake will not bake itself. Getting better at knowing how long to put it in the oven. That cooking skill will not just automatically perfect itself. This speaking and encouraging skill will not just automatically happen until I put in the work. The work could be me reading, like I was telling you the last time, I'm reading books that are helping me think out the box, helping me deal with the issues that I would have had growing up, or, comfort zone. Work could be me recording, making sure that every week mega exercises have a video that can help them, encourage them for that week. It's talking to people, work. You need to put the work. It's not nice. Sometimes it's cut, it's cold, guys, it's winter or it's summer. You just want to be out there having fun. But because you know what your goal is, the goal is to get sharper, get better at the skill that you've been given, natural skill. You need to put in the work, effort. Do something. We've been talking about this in all the previous videos. You have to do something. You can't just dream it because then you're daydreaming. Have the vision, plan it according to your dream, So this is the talents that I have. This is the goal where I want to be. Put in the work. Otherwise, it's not just gonna voila happen. So that's also another razor cut because it's like that discomfort, but you have to put in the work, whether you feel like it or not. Remember the end goal. The end goal is to sharpen the skill that you have. The skill without it being sharpened is not visible. It's blunt. So you might miss that you've got the skill and the people around you might miss it. So you need to put in the work of getting sharp. So we've learned that the sharpener is very important in the pencil getting sharpened, right? So as we are sharpening our pencil, as we're getting better at our skill, we have realized, now I hope after this, you realize that the criticism, the discomfort, the rejection, the work that you put in is the sharpener that helps you get better. Remember, remove the emotion. Remove the emotion from the criticism because then you can see, okay, ouch, it cuts when I get that feedback. But how do I use that to get sharper? Maybe they've got a point. You're not ready yet. You don't have work ethic. You don't wake up in the morning. You don't adhere to time. When you've got a meeting with somebody at 10 o'clock, you rock up there at 10:30. Listen to criticism, get feedback, the work that you put in. Do you have a goal? Do you have a weekly planner like we spoke? Do you have a daily planner? What are you planning to do today? What are you planning to do this week, this month that is helping you sharpen your pencil? So the sharpener is those ouch, discomfort, after you receive it, remove the emotion, see it for what it is so that it can help you get better, because the end goal is so that talent, that lead that is put in you can be visible to you and to the world, and you are able to make the mark, the color that you were created to make in this world, so that this world can be a more colorful and a more beautiful place. God created us with these talents for each other's benefits. Your talents are for my benefits. My talents are for your benefit, to make the world a more beautiful place. But it's not possible until your skill is sharp. So remember, the sharpener is just as important in the process. Remove the emotions. This is the Muscle Lady, here to remind you to exercise your muscle.
#ExerciseYourMuscle.
Thank you for watching this video. I truly, truly value you. Thank you for taking the time to listen and learn with me on how to sharpen your pencil. Please like and share this link with your friends and family, and also hit the notification button so that you will be notified whenever a new video comes out. Click here for the previous videos on this series of sharpening your pencil, and click here for the previous series on consequences of not exercising your muscle. And remember to exercise your muscle.